Hello students, welcome back to my channel Into Easy Learning. In today's video, we are going to discuss two very important questions from the Stoichiometry chapter. These questions are frequently asked in board exams and they are also very useful for numerical problem practice. Usually many students feel Stoichiometry is difficult, but trust me guys, if you understand how to attempt the question, this chapter becomes very easy and scoring. So let's start from the first question. Um, this first question given as balance the following redox reaction by ion electron method. This is a given reaction. We have to balance the redox reaction. This type of questions usually given as a considered as a high scoring question. So it tests your concept clarity and also it checks whether you know the oxidation and reduction, and even if the final equation is wrong, you can still get marks if you write the correct steps. So never skip the questions in exams. So students, please remember these four golden steps. First is separate the reaction into oxidation and reduction half equations. As I've mentioned here, balance redox reaction given reaction is this, and the first step is write half reactions. That is, we have to separate the reaction into oxidation and reduction. Like this. This is a reduction and this is a oxidation. We have to separate them both. And second step is we have to balance oxygen using H2O and hydrogen using H plus ions. So equalize electrons. We have to equalize the electrons as oxygen using H2O and hydrogen using H plus ions. Write clearly. Examiner usually checks this step carefully. So don't skip any step. Step 3 is add both half reactions. Here, balance the charge using electrons, then make sure the number of electrons is same in both half reactions, like this. And step 4 is cancel common terms. You have to cancel the common terms and add both half reactions and cancel both common terms and write the final balance equation neatly. Always write steps in order. Don't jump directly to the final answer. So use proper symbols like H plus, E minus, charges like that, and maintain neat handwriting. Write each step on a new line and box the final balanced equation. This presentation alone can fetch your final full marks. So we have to attempt this question like this in a simple way I have explained. So the next question is empirical formula based questions. I have given a two example type questions. They may change these numbers, so you first understand the concept. Don't mug up the answer. Understand the concept so that you can write an exam without confusing. The first question is a compound contains 40% of carbon, 6.7% of hydrogen, and 53% 53.3% of oxygen. So here they have given that calculate the empirical formula. So here also you have to write in stepwise as I've given here. As it is a regular exam question, it tests your understanding and percentage composition. And marks are given stepwise. So even if the final answer is wrong, you can still score the marks. Mm, so first step is assume total mass equals to grams. Assume total mass as 100 grams. As question is 40% of mass, 6.7% of hydrogen, and 53.3% of oxygen. We have to combine those into grams. And second step is convert mass into moles. That is grams to moles. We have to convert grams into moles. So the carbon mole is 12, hydrogen is 1, oxygen is 16. We have to divide them by the given mass and we will get one some values, and convert grams into moles as I've said, and we'll get some values and divide all by the smallest number of moles. We got a smallest number of moles as 3.3. So we have to consider the 3.3 as the smallest value and we have to divide them by the moles. So we'll get as we'll get carbon as 1, hydrogen as 2, and oxygen as 1. So write the smallest whole number as a number ratio as I have given here. Write the empirical formula as a number ratio, that is C is to H is to oxygen O as 1 is to 2 is to 1. So empirical formula will get as CH2O. So the ratio given the empirical formula is CH2O. Write every step clearly. Do not skip any calculations. Final formula should be written in neatly and boxed. This empirical formula you have to box CH2O. You have to draw a box and write a neat write neatly. So second example is a compound contains 27.3% of carbon, 72.7% oxygen. So they have given to calculate the empirical formula. Same as the above one, we have to first assume the total mass as 100 grams, and then you have to convert mass into moles. As I've given here, you have to convert a mass into moles, that is grams into moles. As we know, carbon is 12 and oxygen is 16. So we'll get those values. And step 3 is divide the smallest number. We have got a smallest number as 2.275. So you have to divide them by those values. It will get some more values. Carbon will get as 1. Oxygen will get as 2. So we'll get this as these values. And write the empirical formula, that is ratio as C is to O, that is 1 is to 2. So empirical formula is CO2. So you have to box this CO2 in a box so that examiner can know the final step of the answer. So don't miss this flow. Write a stepwise with headings. Don't skip these headings. Write those headings so that examiner can understand easily and evaluate your paper easily. So, students, these two questions are most practice questions from the psychometry chapter. If you practice them daily, psychometry will become one of your strongest chapter. I will be uploading more important questions as and explain in an exam oriented way. If you want a next chapter important questions, comment down below and like, share, subscribe to support the channel. Thank you and happy learning.